Jim and Terry Show, coming to you from the Hobbit Hole Studio in Botcagin. I'm one of your hosts, Terry, and with me is your usual host,
Jim. Funny enough, you just jumped. I've never seen you jump into a show. So, yeah, hi, Jim here. Bye. Hi, everybody. It's the Terry and Jimmy Show, or the Jimmy and Terry Show, or whatever.
It is what it is, and we're here to talk. Because we are called now the Jim and Terry Show, Save America, or Save the World, actually, starting with America, one conversation at a time. And I think we referred to Tim the Toolman Taylor's show and The Neighbor, and I forget the neighbor's name.
What was his name?
Oh, somebody write
One
in
of our
and tell
million viewers, will you please just, viewers, never mind.
Well, you know what they stare at if they view the show? They just stare at a blank thing with the sound waves going through. Anyway, that's us, saving the world one conversation at a time.
One of these days, we're going to go on. They're going to see us. And they're going to be shocked.
I'm shocked.
Are these the faces?
Every day I look in the mirror,
people?
Jim, I'm shocked. Well, we're going to start maybe with FIFA, because that's on my mind. I've watched Canada's game so far, and maybe I'll ask you. Start it off. What have you liked? What have you not liked?
Well, I didn't like the idea of the guy's leg being snapped in half. That's just, to me, I don't think the guy wanted to break his leg. But the dirtiness of soccer bothers me. But put that aside, it is an exciting sport to watch. And if you root for any one team, you're going to be on the edge of your seat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Regardless. I didn't get to see the end of the Canadian game, the last one. I had other people I had to get together with, and I left my...
It was a good second half, and always after the refreshment break, the hydration station break... Canada seemed to come out.
Yeah, the hydration break. You're not talking halftime, right? You're talking the break.
In the middle of each half.
That's one of the problems with the hydration break, and that's why the league doesn't really like it.
It breaks the momentum.
It breaks the momentum, so it can change the course of the game.
That's right. It's a commercial break, isn't it?
Yeah, and all it is to make money.
There you go.
And some of the European broadcasters refuse to go to ads. They just sit and we're keeping right here.
Wow.
Because that's all it is.
Yeah.
You call a hydration break when you need one. If you're playing in an air-conditioned stadium with a roof on it and it's pouring outside, you do not need a special hydration break. Because every time someone falls and rolls around, there's a chance you can get access to water. You know what I mean?
You would think.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, Canada's doing absolutely great. I will be watching Sunday's game because Canada, South Africa, and Canada. Canada is actually the favorite in that game. Yep. And this is the first time they've ever gone to the, what do they call it? Elimination. You lose, you're out.
Yeah.
And that's a first for us. A lot of our players are injured. I didn't know we had a number of them, but if a lot of our players are injured, and one of our stars will be back for that game.
Alphonso Davies.
So let me tell you what I think happened.
Okay.
I think the coach of the Canadian team, and I believe he's American, which means nothing, but I think, because he said he was going to play, and then he said, no, I'm not going to let him play because it didn't matter if we won or lost. We were going to move on. Let him rest. Let that injury really be healed. And I think that was probably a smart move. And so we've gone now, we've advanced further than we ever have before. We scored a goal in that game without our stars. I mean, it's a team of stars. Every team that's in this tournament, every person's a star.
Yeah.
Yeah, every one of them.
When you reach this level of competition.
Yeah. So I was pretty... happy, not thrilled with I would have been jumping up and down and everything if Canada had won. But what about you?
How do you watch the shows? Do you watch it on TSN, or what is your coverage?
Well, if I'm watching it by myself, I'm watching it on TSN or Sportsnet.
I do like our Canadian commentators.
Yeah. Well,
I listened.
Very knowledgeable.
I made one mistake of listening to a game on Fox. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It made me sad.
Did it go into baseball? Lorenzo Labrado, married 3 times, the Canadian broadcasting's good. FIFA as an organization is just as corrupt right out the window. But the players are great. The tournament is great.
Yeah. People that I'm looking for, I think Messi, Argentina. Who was there?
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo's he's playing? I haven't seen him.
Yeah, the last game I saw, he got at least 2 goals.
Wow.
They won like 5-1 or something.
And Neymar from Brazil is still playing. And I forget, there's 1 or 2 others. But these are the guys who, have carried teams for nations for the past decade or so.
Yeah.
And they are maybe facing their last round this competition.
Well, it was funny. They said that about Ronaldo. And they said it, and then bang, all of a sudden, I saw the game up to him getting 2 goals. And there may have been more in there. So these guys tend to be able to come back and show you. But they probably don't have the stamina of 20 years ago.
Stamina, yes.
Yeah. And
it's still good for my viewing pleasure to see the old school, like the teams, the leaders of the past, still have it in them. Gas in the tank. It's like the Jim and Terry show.
Yeah, we still got gas.
We still
in the
got
tank.
Gas.
I got way too much
Open
gas,
the door,
Terry.
my
There's
friend.
an overabundance of gas.
I'm enjoying the Canadian broadcasting of the games in Canada, the one at BMO Field and the one at BC Place.
It's not BMO Field anymore.
No, they name it Toronto Place or something, Toronto Field or something.
Toronto Stadium.
The Toronto Stadium.
Which looks about the worst stadium in the whole setup.
Yeah, it does seem to be so, doesn't it?
It looks ragged.
It's
kind of cool when you're down there. If you come out of the food pavilion, it's right there and you can see the crowds and but some of those American stadiums, like, who can see up there? I mean,
I don't know what you would see.
So far up.
Yeah.
Why would you want to even be there? Be home.
Be home and watch it with popcorn and drinks or whatever. Soccer is a big thing. My daughter was a soccer player, and that's where we took up our interest in women's soccer. And the Americans are right to point out the women have won FIFA how many times? American women. And
Canada won once, didn't they?
Why? We won the World Cup. Is that different? That's
okay,
different.
It was World Cup. I guess. Okay.
Yeah. So women have led the way in these competitive sports. And the men's team are just catching up.
It's a hard sport, and I would change many rules in it if I was king. I'm not king, and maybe if I changed the rules, it wouldn't be the game it is.
Maybe.
But it's it takes a lifetime to get a team to the point where you're actually competitive.
Yeah.
And then that can go away too. Like, look at Italy. They haven't been involved in the longest time, and they were once the dominant. The dominant, yeah. So it can happen.
I can remember the Danforth being backed up in cars and honking.
Oh, yeah.
And Little Italy was just on fire for the FIFA competitions.
Yeah, well, they were right there, but they haven't been. Now they're trying to rebuild.
Yeah.
I don't know what went wrong. Some real wrong planning, I guess, like sort of our Leafs. Looks like everybody's excited about the Leafs again this year.
Oh, really?
I'm not going to fall for that crap.
You've lived too long, my friend, to fall for it anymore. The curse of, I was going to say Imlach, but I don't think it's the Punch Imlach curse. It's
no,
a
it's
curse
like
of
pedophile curse.
the guy who owned the
Harold
Ballard.
Look at the guy that was a pedophile for years.
Wasn't he in the? Oh, I was going to say custodial staff, but was he? I don't know.
I don't know.
But the hockey players whose lives were destroyed by a guy lurking. And, yeah, that was terrible. That's the Maple Leaf Gardens history. Glad they're not playing there anymore.
It's now the Scotiabank.
Now the Scotiabank.
Well, it's not now the Scotiabank. There's the Scotiabank Arena.
Right.
And there is Maple Leaf Gardens still.
All right, let's talk
I think
about
the women play at Maple Leaf
Let's talk about
Gardens,
the economics of FIFA, because House of L, who you and I both follow, has been really hammering away at the Americanization of this competition.
Well, don't forget she lived a lot of her life in Italy.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was raised in the Vatican.
Yeah, you were telling me that.
Yeah, the
I
Pope.
forgot.
I don't know if it was this Pope or the last Pope.
House of L is
one
the
of the popes is her
that
godfather.
we're talking about here.
One of the popes is her godfather. No,
that sounds awful.
I know,
too.
doesn't it? I know.
The Pope is the godfather.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not only that, Elle,
I
if
was
you really
trying to
do
talk
research,
about the economics of it.
Yeah, okay, we'll
and
go
talk
there.
about why she's claiming that the stadiums are not as full as the cameras seem to suggest, because I've looked for the empty seats after I read that her podcast or listened to her podcast that said, ticket sales are down, prices were too high, it's a big failure. But I don't see it.
You know why you don't see it? Because the cameras, it's the stadium behind.
You mean FIFA owns the cameras?
No, no. Listen to me out, and you'll probably agree in part. Anyways, you put the cameras on the side, and then those seats behind you are the empty seats.
Yes, of course you would.
Yeah.
So
over
makes sense.
there is full. I mean, it's the smartest thing you can do.
Of course.
If you're doing I remember doing talks and lecture kind of thing. And the one thing I always remember is, no, don't put all the chairs out. Don't do that, because if only 10 people arrive, they're going to say, where's everybody else? So put the stadium that's
It's the same as our Jim and Terry show.
Yeah.
We don't want to show them the thousands.
Well, look what happened the last time we had an open house.
The crowds were enormous. Had to be call the police, Jim. The house is on fire. The Jim and Terry show signing off. Bye-bye.
It's complicated, this relationship I have with my morning coffee. It's from the way that I